Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm solving my puzzle Leapfrog in the Fog. This is the Fog of War puzzle. The grid is covered by fog, but as you place correct digits, the fog will clear in adjacent cells and you'll be able to see more clues. The rules in this puzzle, basically there's German whisper lines that are green and Renban lines that are purple, and there are killer cages that are these dashed lines, as you see in this center cell here. The rule also there's frogs hidden in the cells. Somewhere in the grid there are 9 frogs, one in each row, column, and box. And the 9 frogs contain the digits 1 through 9 each. So from that we know that digits do not repeat on frogs. Frogs do not count toward the sum of a killer cage, and that is the break-in of this fog puzzle. Is that this is the one in the corner of that upper left corner, that is a 1. Looks like may look like a dash to you, but it is a 1. The only digit that can be in a cell summing 1 is a 1, so this is the 1, and the frog in the cage does not count toward the sum. That 1 reveals now we have a German whisper line. On German whisper lines, the digits differ by at least 5, and they alternate high and low. 1 is above 5, 1 is below 5, but there's never a 5 on a German whisper line. So in this particular cage, we know that there's a 5 in one of those 2 cells. We also know there's a 6 there because a 6 cannot go on a whisper line without a 1, and the 1 in the box tells us that that's a 6. This Renban line ignores the frog. This digit is consecutive to that one and is a 4 or a 7. The Renban line leaps the frog, as it were. That 4 or 7. The rest of the digits on this line are 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. This cannot be a 7, 8, 9. It's a low digit. It cannot be, the 4 cannot go anywhere in the middle of this digit because it will need a 9 on either side. So there's not a 4 here. This suddenly has to be the 4 because we need a 4 on one end of this line. And because that's in a killer cage summing to 5, can't be the 7. This is the 4. 4 needs a 9 next to it on a whisper. The 9 needs, this 7 needs a 2. And that makes that the 8, and this is the 3, and we've done the whisper line in the cage. The 4 needs a 1 in the box. The frog doesn't count toward the sum of the cage. 7 is consecutive to 6 on the Renban line. That's the 6, and that's the 5. Now we have a 5 and a 6 in. We have a 5 and a frog. Digits and frogs do not repeat. The 5 has to be in this box somewhere. It can't be in a column with itself. It can't be on a whisper line. It can't be in the frog. 5 goes there. The 6 has to go somewhere in this box. Can't go where the 5 is or the 1 is. Can't go in its own column. And it can't go on the whisper line without that 1. So the 6 goes there. These remaining cells are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This 3-sum cage cannot have a 7, 8, or 9 in it. These don't have an 8, 9 in the column. Where's my 4? I need a 4 in there. That can't be a 3 or a 4. And with a 2 or a 7. That's the 2-7 pair. These are not 2 7s. There's not a 4. That can't be a 3 next to a 2 or a 7. That's a high digit. This is a low digit. That's the 2. That's the 7. This is a low digit. This is not the 2, it's the 3. This is not the 3, it's the 4. That makes that the 9 because 9 minus 4 is 5, but 8 minus 4 is 4. This is the 8, last one in the box. These are a 4, 5, 6 triple, but we have a 5, 6 in frogs already, so that's the 4. These are the 5 and 6. This is a 3, 7, 8 triple. This is a 1, 2, 9 triple. I guess now we move on to the this whisper line. On whisper lines, the digits alternate high and low. I'm going to color them so we can see. Remember, we skip over, we leap the frog. That's the next orange digit. This will be a purple digit and a purple digit. And we know these come from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. On the ends of a whisper or in a corner where it sees into two boxes, they can be 4 or 6s. That sees a 4 in the row, and it sees a 3 right there, so that can't be a 6, because if that were a high digit, that would be a low digit, would be a 3. If that were a high digit, it can't even be a 7. This digit cannot be a 4 because there's a 4 in the row, and it can't be a 6 because that can't be a 1. So there's a 4, 5, 6 triple in the column. That's not a 5 because of the 5 in the row. This is a 4, 5, 6 set of candidates up there. Okay, if this is not a 1 or a 3. If purple is low, that's a 2, and this can't be a 2. So if purple is low, that's a 2, 3 pair. And if orange is high, that 3 means that this can't be a 7, and this can't be a 7. This can't be a 2, 7. If orange is low, this is a 1, 2, 3, and if purple is low, that's a 2, 3. Either way, this is not a 2. It's not a 3, I mean, and this is also not an 8 because of the 8 in the row. This is not a 9. This is not a 9. If orange is high, those are both 8s, and that's impossible, so that's not an 8, that's not an 8. Purple is high. That's not a 3, that's not a 2. Orange is a 1, 2, 3 triple. That is a 9. That is a 7 because it sees an 8 in the row and a 9 in the column. That becomes the 8. 7 can't have a 3 next to it. 3 is there. That's not a 2 in the row. That's a 1 and a 2. I had a lot of fun putting this cage in. I played with it all around in this area, trying to locate it so that I could have the clue, the sum clue, outside the fog. It had to be somewhere in this column. And eventually I settled on this particular formation with the 1 there. This 9 becomes a 2, 3, 4, but that 2, 4 makes that the 3, and a 2, 4 pair, which makes this the 6. These are not 6s. 2, 4, 3. This is a 5, 8, 9. We already have a 5 and a 9 in frogs. This becomes the 8 frog. No 8s. That 5 in the row makes that the 9 and the 5. Now, this is a 1, 2, 4, 8. We can't have a 4 or an 8 in the frog because we have a 4 there and an 8 there. This cell is a high cell. It's not a 3. It also is not a 7 because it's next to a 3. Remember, you leap the frog. That becomes the 8. This is a low digit. It's a 1 or a 2. This is a high digit. It's a 6, 7, or 9. Low digit, 1, 3, or 4. High digit, 6, 7, 9. Sees an 8 in the row. Low digit, sees a 1, 3 in the row. That's a 2 or a 4. We don't know if the German whisper line continues. Well, I know because I set the puzzle, but my viewers don't know. Now, only one of these is a 9. That can't be a 4. Neither one of these is an 8, so that can't be a 3. It is a 1. This is the 2. That's the 4. And that's the 2. Take the 2 and 4 out of here. That's a 1, 8 pair. This is a 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. This is a 3, 4, 9. Triple. All right, we've got 7 of the frogs located. The last 2 frogs remaining are either there, there, and there, or there. The remaining frogs, we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. We're missing a 1, 3, and a 7. So this is the, I don't want to put a circle there. I already know the frog is there. This is a 1 or a 7. This is a 3 or a 7. Now, I'm going to do this Rinban line. These are consecutive digits. The 9 does not, can't have a 9, because that would have to be both the 7 and the 8. This is not the 9. It also can't be the 1, because I wouldn't have a 2. This is the 2. I need a 3, 4, and 5 for consecutive digits. Fixes a 6, 5, 7, 1, 9. 5, 6, and 7 is 18. Makes that an 8 to sum to 26 because we don't count the frog. Frogs don't follow cage rules, so this could be a 7. That's in the rules as I wrote them. We don't know yet. And this, I was hoping to trick people into putting a 1 there, and that the fog wouldn't clear, and they'd realize that they were not deducing, they were guessing. Kind of evil of me, I know, but that's one of the funs of setting puzzles. This has to be the 9, because of those 2 9s, and the 9 can't go in a frog. Leaves a 1, there's a 5, 6, 7. Not the 1 or the 5, not the 1 or the 7, not the 6. One, two, three, 4. This, by the way, is a 1 or a 3. This is not the 1 in the column. That's not the 3, 4 in the box. This also can't be a 1. This digit cannot be a 1. If that is a 1, then this is not a 1, this is not a 1, and now we don't have a 1 in a frog. Because that's a 1, that's not a 1. If that is a 1, then that's not a 1, and that's not a 1, and we don't have a 1 in a frog. This has to be the 2. These are not 2s. It's a 1, 3, 4 triple. The 1, 6, 7 triple. Now, am I ready to do this yet? This is not a 1. Now, I can prove that's a 9. I'm not sure I can do it yet with what I've done. But if this is a 7, this is not a 9. This is either a 6 or a 7. If this is a 7, that's a 9. If this is a 6, that's a 7. That's a 1. If that's a 1, this becomes a 3, that becomes a 7, and that is not a 7. If this is a 6, there's a 7 there. If that's a 7, either way, that is the 9. If that wasn't clear, obviously if that's a 7, wait. How do I get rid of the 6 there? Oh, this 2-4 makes that not a 6. There we go. Now, if that's a 7, that's a 9. If that's a 6, that's a 7, and that's a 1. Then we need a 1 and a 3, and this has to be the 7 in one of those frogs. One of those cells has a frog that it would be the 7. So if that's a 7, that's a 9. If that's a 6, again, if that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 1, 3, 7. So either way, that can't be a 7. It is the 9. That is correct. And I can take my circle out of there because we've got the frog, take my corner marks out, and take my corner marks out of there, take my circle out of there, take my circle away from there, I'll take my corner mark away from that, put my 3, 7 center mark there. Now, this is a 2, 5 remaining. These cells are 3, 4. Not a 5. Is it? Yeah, it's 1. Do I have to put 6, 7 in there? I think I do. This is not a 3. This is not a 1, 7. Not a 4, 6. Okay. This is not a 9. Got a 3, 4 pair in the column. Means the rest of the column is a 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not the 5. That's not the 6. Okay, this digit cannot be a 7 because one of these has to be a 7. Digits do not repeat in frogs, and that can't be the 7. We need a 7 in a frog. This sees both possible 7 frogs. It can't be a 7. If this is a 7, that's a 3, and that's not a 3. If this is a 1, just a minute, let me eliminate that 1. Because the 1 in the row, that's not a 1. If this is a 1, that's a 1. And that's, if this is a 7, that's a 3, that's a 7 and not a 3. No. Well, if this is a 7, that's a 3. That is not a 3. If this is a 1, that is a 1 and not a 3. Either way, this is not the 3. If this digit is a 3, that's a 1, that's a 7, and now that's a 1. We have 2 1s in frogs. So this digit is not a 3. The only digit left in this row that can be a 3 is that one. And we have our frogs. That's the 3, that's the 1, and that's the 7. That's a 6, that's a 1, not the 3. Only 3 left in the box is there. This is the 7. That's the 4. 6, 5, 1. Not a 7. 5, 8 pair. 1 here. 8. I'm going to get rid of that circle. I want my puzzle to look prettier. And I'm going to get rid of my color coding too. We don't need that. 8, 5, 8. 2, 5. Fog is all cleared. 5 by Sudoku. 7, see the 6 in the row. 7 and 8 make that a 6 in the column. 8 by Sudoku. 4, she's a 1 and a 3. 3, 2, 4. Last digit in the row, 7. 6, sees a 5 and a 7. Makes that the 7. What do we got here? 3. 2 4s makes that a 9. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6. And I am done. Good job. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you see how to do this without guessing, without any guesswork. It's all logical deductions. Thanks for watching. Please go on Logic Masters and solve the puzzle there. And fill in the solution code, which is 285679341. And please give it a rating, preferably a very high rating in likability and also a high rating in difficulty. I'd say 3 or 4 stars, but that's just my opinion. You're free to rate it as you want. Thank you.